From the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson. Here with Barry Trammell. We're brought to you by Papa John's. You can go online right now and order your pizza at papajohns.com. Barry, 5-5. It's a heavy OSU Baylor flavor as well. It should be a huge game in Stillwater. Let's get right to it. So how big is it? Is this the biggest game in OSU history?
I'm going to say no. OSU's really sort of on the outside of the national title hunt. Certainly in the middle of in the thick of Big 12 title, but on the outside. And the Cowboys have played some games when they were in the thick of a national title hunt. 1984 Bedlam, certainly the 2011 Bedlam, but it's clearly one of the biggest games in OSU history because of the Cowboys don't have a long history of even challenging for the conference title. It's clearly one of the 2 or 3 biggest games in Stillwater history. Many of the biggest games for the Cowboys have been elsewhere. So it's a huge game for the Cowboys to try to win that Big 12 title.
I say it probably ranks behind Bedlam 2011, but had OSU not lost at Iowa State, that would clearly be the biggest game in OSU history. I think this one deserves consideration, even though it's not for national championship implications for OSU's side, because of this. It would signal OSU as even more of a mainstay in the Big 12. We know that they're now a team to be reckoned with on a regular basis. This is not a flash in the pan. This is not a 1-year situation or 2-year situation. They've continued to win even with new classes and different years. To me, this is just further confirmation of that. So huge in that regard. I still think it's behind 2011, but wow, big game on Saturday night. All right, what about this question, Barry? OSU needs to hold Baylor below. We asked this question before OU went down there on a Thursday night. Their offense didn't get it done, so we were way off. It needed to be 13 essentially. But what does OSU's defense need to keep Baylor below?
I'm going to say 30. If the Cowboys can somehow get Baylor into the 20s, I think OSU can win this game 31-28. I don't think OSU can win this game 42-38. So I think Cowboys will move the ball. I think they will score. I don't think this is going to be a wild shootout though. Mm-hmm. Kansas State showed that you can slow Baylor down. OU showed that you can slow Baylor down. I mean, the OU defense held up very well until the offense was just so ineffective that everybody lost interest. So I think OSU's defense is very good. I think they can hold Baylor into the 20s. I think they're going to need to.
I think they need to hold them below 5 touchdowns. So 34, I guess, would be my mark of where they need to hold them below. If you look at it, you look what K-State did. K-State held them to 35. You look at what OU did, even with an offense that turned, a detriment to the defense ultimately. They held them to 41. So, I think OSU's offense can do a better job of helping the defense. I think their run game is good to great sometimes with what they get out of Desmond Rowland. And obviously Clint Shelf has emerged as maybe even more of a runner than we thought. If they can stick to that and use the run game some, that's going to be really important. And this defense is clearly the best defense that Baylor's played. Yeah, K-State's pretty good. They're not going to beat themselves. But this Oklahoma State defense, really, really good. I think they're going to be able to keep them in the 30s for sure. All right, Barry, what about this? Not an OSU Baylor question, but an OSU question that a lot of people are asking. Hey, is Marcus Smart all of a sudden a scorer?
I think the answer is yes. If a guy goes for 18, if he goes for 24, if he goes for 30. Marcus Smart went for 39 and missed a couple foul shots down the stretch that would have got him into the 40s. I think the guy is a scorer. I think he felt it certainly on Tuesday night against Memphis, making 5 of 10 3-pointers. But 2 games earlier against one of the Rum-Dums, Utah Valley, Mississippi Valley, all the valleys sort of run together on me. Marcus Smart was 4 of 10 from 3-point range in that game. I think in addition to, he's got all the intangibles, he has all the feel of basketball, the steals, the assists, the rebounds, the block shots, just knowing how to play. I think he's added that element to his game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, I agree. I think he is a scorer now, but as much as anything, Marcus Smart being a threat as a scorer, let's be honest, he's not going to probably have a lot of games where he scores 39. That doesn't happen a lot in basketball, and I don't think it's going to happen a lot with Marcus Smart. That's not the type of player he is. He's more about, getting everybody else involved. But I tell you what, the threat that he now poses to teams and to defenses is off the charts as a scorer. People are going to be a lot more focused on him to pull up and shoot than they ever were before, and that helps these other guys a ton. Remember, Phil Forte really sick and not able to go on Tuesday night, so you have one of your main scorers who's really not even a part of that. Think about how much more it opens up for him, or how much it opens for those guys in the middle who are sort of the area that are weakest for the Cowboys. I think it's huge for this team. If Marcus Smart, even if he never scores 39 in another game, just the idea that he could is going to have a lot of teams on edge. All right, Barry, what about this? Our fun question of the week. Could you make a half-court shot? It seems like everybody that shoots them at the Thunder game can.
It is remarkable that the Thunder half-court shooters have about the same three-point percentage as some of their own ball players from three-point range.
Not calling anybody out, Kendrick Perkins.
Perkins at least doesn't try the three-pointers, some of those guys. But anyway, could I? Yes. Would I? Probably not. Here's the problem. The half-court shot is sort of a psychological test because to make it, you got to be aggressive. But part of the situation when you're up there, you don't want to embarrass yourself. You just want to hit the rim. You want to hit the backboard. You just want to get it close. But you really just need to shoot it well to make it. You need to focus on accuracy. But there's so many other things going on. But it is a remarkable thing that we've seen. And the one thing that I like about these guys, I always watch their feet. Because a lot of these half-court contests, you see people stepping over the line. That makes it not a half-court shot. The insurance people shouldn't pay when somebody shoots from beyond the line. Most of these guys are taking off behind the line. I'm very impressed with their concentration. Maybe that's why they're doing it. They got the right mindset to start with.
Cameron Rodriguez is the latest guy to make the shot. He made it on Monday night against the Nuggets, and it was pure. I mean, there was no question it was going in. An unbelievable shot. Could I make a half-court shot? No. I couldn't. I'll be honest. I wouldn't make the half-court shot. Wouldn't even come close, I don't think. Sorry to say. All right, lastly, Barry, let's talk a little bit about OU at K-State. Who is the Sooner in the crosshairs on Saturday morning?
Well, I think it's Trevor Knight. I mean, this guy basically auditioning not just for the job next week or the bowl game. I mean, this is Trevor Knight's job. This is Trevor Knight's chance to say, you know what, guys? You found your quarterback. You found your offense. I know I didn't throw well in those 7 quarters against Monroe and West Virginia, but I can play this game. I can play this position. Everybody settle down. You've got a quarterback, and I am he. That's Trevor Knight's chance on Saturday against Kansas State. If he goes up and plays well, think about what an entire new landscape you got for OU football. You have a direction. You have a guy you can sort of think is going to grow into the job. You got a lot of veterans for next year. The whole 2014 season takes on a new look if Trevor Knight plays well. If he doesn't...
Is your email inbox ready for that?
It is not. I need to go to IT and have them upgrade.
Well, I think he is the guy in the crosshairs, but I tell you, somebody that's not far behind is who's ever going to get the bulk of the carries out of the backfield from the running back position. Obviously, Damian Williams suspended for this game on Saturday, so you lose one of those guys. Now, it's interesting. Brennan Clay earlier this week tells our man Jason Kersey that he thinks this running back by committee doesn't give him enough of a chance to get in a rhythm. Well, I think he and Roy Finch potentially are going to have a chance to get in rhythm this week, and they're going to have to really carry a load. I think they have to get yards out of the backfield to give Trevor Knight that feeling of ease, to allow him to throw the ball with comfort. I think those guys are lots on them too. Yeah, Trevor Knight's the guy everybody's going to be looking at, but those guys can help him a bunch by having big days out of the backfield. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.